Hi friends! Welcome back. I'm Kathy and this is Chatty Kathy Budgets. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how I break down my monthly bills so that I can put aside the same amount of money every single pay period so that I don't have to figure out the bills on a weekly basis. If you are new here on this channel, we do weekly paycheck budgets, cash envelope stuffing, savings challenges to pay down our debt, cash condensing and bill swap videos when we can, and this week we are doing a monthly bill budget to show you how I come up with the same dollar amount every single week for my bills. If that is something you are interested in, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment down below. Okay guys, like I said in the intro, I'm going to show you guys how I come up with the same dollar amount to set aside every single week so that I don't have to figure out on a weekly basis I need this much because, you know, this much is coming out and so on and so forth. So I have put together a few little worksheets. I'm actually going to start with this one. Okay, and I did zoom you guys in a little bit. This is pretty much just a calendar view. I've gone ahead and I have written all of our monthly bills in. I circled because I can't find my green highlighter. I don't know what I did with it. So I went ahead and I circled the pay period in green so that way we know from week to week, because my husband and I get paid weekly, we would go Friday to Wednesday. So what I usually like to do first is total up the pay period total and write that right on the side here. So let's go ahead and do that first. We're gonna get our handy dandy little calculator. This thing is so cute. Can you see it? All right, I think you can see it. All right, so for week one, we have 367.71. So for week one, we need $926.49. So 926.49. Okay. Week two, there. Now you guys can see better. All right, so week two, we're going to start with the bill that comes out on pay period because I do get direct deposit. So that money is already in there before that bill comes out. So I count it as the next week. So $850. Okay, so week two, it's $177.85. All right, week three, this is our heavy week. This is when the mortgage comes out. If you're new here, we do pay our mortgage on the 15th and not the 1st. We've pretty much been doing that since we purchased the house. We used to get paid, well, I used to get paid twice a month on the 1st and the 15th. So that's just how we've always done it. Our banks never had an issue with it. We have a grace period until the 16th, and it is religiously paid on the 15th every single month. Never varies. So we're gonna go ahead and add all of these up. All right, so this is, like I said, our heaviest month. $2,596.26. Okay, and our final week is $80.36. Okay, so as you can see, week one is pretty heavy, and then week three is the heaviest. So the way that we figure out how to just add it all up, divide by 4, and pick a number. We do stuff higher than what it is divided by 4, is basically by our rollover money. So we don't run our account down to 0, and by the end of the month, so right now at the end of January, close opening February, we're gonna start with about $1,300 still in the account that's rolling over to next month's bills. So we're not, like I said, a full month ahead, but it's enough that we can pick a dollar amount and just have it be the same every week and consistent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add all of these up so you can see what our total monthly is. All right, so $3,780.96. All right, so if we divided that by 4, we get $945.24. So when my husband and I started this budgeting journey, my paycheck every week was $983. So what we've been doing is leaving that entire paycheck in our account, so it's obviously a little bit higher, gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And if you saw my very first video, at the end of last year, we did the 100 envelope challenge, and we used $1,000 of that to put a buffer in our account to also help us just be able to do that one consistent number every week. It makes it so much easier for us, at least for me, for doing the budget, because in one pay period, every week, aside from this 3rd week, we would be fine, right? But we can't cover this amount in one pay period, and I don't want to, it's too nerve-wracking for me to try to figure out each week if this check's going to be enough and we have this much left, but then this week we don't have a lot left. So it's what works for us. So if we come over to this sheet, okay, so our opening balance coming into February, okay, is $1,376.15, okay. Our first paycheck of February is on the 1st, so from this closing balance to when we start February, there's no bills that come out, as you can see, obviously from for this week here, okay, nothing's coming out. So we're gonna put a 0 for now for there. All right, so that's gonna leave us the same amount remaining. Okay. And then my paycheck, as I said, we're gonna leave $983 in there. My paycheck's actually like smidgen higher now. It's $988. That's not from a raise or anything, because that would be not a nice raise. That's from, they changed some tax policy, and they pull out $5 less in our state taxes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the $983, and we're gonna just roll that 5 into our savings challenges. So $983, okay. So if we add that together, that equals $2359.15. And I do keep the change obviously in there from my check. I just can't remember off the top of my head what it is. It's usually like 39, 32 cents, something like that. All right, so at the end of week 1, going into February, that's what we have before any bills start coming out. And that's for us because bills don't start coming out until the 2nd, and I get paid on the 1st. So we're gonna roll that right down here into week 2, okay? So $2359.15. 15. Okay, and this is where we're gonna start putting these totals in. Okay, so total bills this pay period is $926.49. All right, so 2359.15 minus the 926.49 equals 1432.66. Okay, and then we get paid again. So 983. So what we're doing here is we're just building this up for that week 3 that we know is very high. All right, so if we add that 983, gives us 2415.66. Okay, 2415.66. We're gonna bring that total right over here. Okay, so now 177.85 comes out. Okay, so if we were doing this not this way, if I was just going paycheck to paycheck, only having 177.85 come out, if I wasn't paying attention to all of this, I'd be like, wow, we have a whole lot left this week. But no, we would shoot ourselves in the foot for the following week, which is over $2,000 coming out. So that's why I like to do it this way, a whole monthly view. Then I just figure out every week what I need to set aside. So 2415.66 minus 177.85 leaves us 2237.81. Okay, then we get paid again. So let's add our 983, gives us 3220.81. We're gonna bring it down. Okay, now we're gonna subtract out our heavy week, which is 2596.26 minus 2596.26 leaves us 624.55. Okay. And then we get paid again. We're going to add that back in, which gives us 1607.55. We're going to bring that down. And then we're going to subtract the $80.36. Which leaves us $1527.19. That's what we're gonna roll into March. So technically, as you can see, February is a 5 paycheck week for us because it is the leap year. This is going to be our magic week, magic month, however you want to call it. Basically, it's a bonus paycheck. So the 983 that, I should say the rolling 983, right, that we set aside every week has built up, even with our heavy amount coming out, that we have enough going into March, right? And I could fill this out again for March, and I probably will with you guys when we get there. But I already know that's going to be enough because it's less than what we started, or it's more, sorry, than what we started this month with, and we were okay. We only dropped down to 624 here. Now this does not count our buffer. I leave that separate. Again, that's just to cover any oopsies if I forgot anything. I think I've got everything, but you know, those annual bills, they sneak up on you. So this is how I do it. This is why on our paycheck budget, if you're new here, this one that I've created, and you can find all of these forms on my Etsy store, Chatty Cathy Budgets on Etsy, but this is why I've only put one line for our bills, because for us specifically, I know that it's this $9.83. Now, does that mean that every single month it's always consistent? No, sometimes things come up, right? And sometimes we may spend with our debit cards on things that we didn't think of, and I may have to put more in there just because there's not enough left in the account. But we actually haven't done that in quite a long time because we've been trying really hard to stick with this. We've been stuffing our cash envelopes and sticking with the cash, but you know, life happens. So don't hold me to it. It may change once down the road, but I'll let you guys know if that does happen. So I hope that this kind of helped clear up how I came up with that amount and give you guys a little bit more transparency. Like I said, if these are something you'd be interested in, they will be listed on my Etsy shop. But that's how I do our monthly, so that I know that no matter what, leaving that dollar amount, the bills are covered. I find bills for us, because we're paid weekly and because my husband's check is so variable, I can't just do it as, you know, we end the month with nothing and nothing carries over to the next month, because we wouldn't have enough to pay the bills. I mean, we would, but it just makes me more comfortable to do it this way. If you guys have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments. I hope you liked this kind of bills breakdown. Other than that, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment down below, and happy budgeting! Bye!